Example, we're going to draw a vector to represent a velocity of 230 kilometers per hour towards 310 degrees. So our first step is we need to choose a scale. Okay? So choosing a scale, we want to make it large enough that it's easy to measure, right? Easy to read, because that is how we will be getting our answers once we start adding vectors. Okay? So we start with choosing a scale. Well, with this one, 230 kilometers, 1 to 10 is a little too big. So let's go with maybe 2 centimeters is equal to 50 kilometers. Okay? This roughly, if you think of it at 250, so as an estimate, you're going to be looking around 10 centimeters scale on your paper. Because again, what this means is for every 2 centimeters we draw on the paper, we have 50 kilometers per hour with regards to our vector. Okay? Our next step then, well, we need to draw a small bearing crosshair for our starting point, and then we're going to use a protractor and measure out our angle of 310 degrees. So let's get our little crosshairs up. This is always interesting. Okay. Crosshairs, again, I've moved down into this corner of the page because, again, we are going at 310, right? Again, the top part is, that would be 360, so 310 is going to be over here somewhere. With our crosshairs in place, we move our protractor up, lining up the 0 line and the 90 line on your protractor. Okay. Now our protractors aren't 360 degrees. Okay, they go up to 180. So we have to do a little bit of math here, some thinking. We are at here 0 degrees is north. Okay, 90 degrees will be east. 180 is south. So 270 is out here at the west. Well, we need to go to 310, so 270. We have then 280, 290, 300, and right there is 310, which is at 40 degrees. So we need our pen, and we mark at, very carefully, thin pencil line, at 40 degrees. Right? We've done our angle. Let's move our protractor out of the way. Oopsies. Come on. There we go. And on to our next step. So step 3, we need to determine our length that we are going to use with our scale, 2 centimeters to 50 kilometers per hour, and then we're going to draw it in using a ruler. So determine how long our line will actually be. We use ratios. So 2 centimeters to 50 kilometers is equal to x. That's what we're looking for, the length of our vector. And our vector is actually 230. So solving this ratio, we're going to cross multiply. So 2 times 230 divide by 50 equals x. Right, plug that into your calculator. X is equal to 9.2 centimeters. So that's how long the line has to be that we need to draw. So bringing our ruler in and adjusting it to the right angle. So it needs to go roughly at 9.2 here. We're going to adjust the angle just slightly. Okay. So 9.2 lines up with the cross. I'm going to go to the end, so I need to align. So I'm going to draw a line. I'm going to put my arrow on at the same time since it's a handy tool I have. Starting at the crosshairs, drawing out. Right, I can move it around, but I want it to line up with my mark for my angle and make it 9.2 centimeters. Okay. There's my angle or my line with the proper angle. Okay. Again, important to be using a sharp pencil because we will be measuring these later on to come up with answers. So move the ruler out, and there is our vector. Last step is to label the angle and vector length onto our diagram. So we start at our north. We can just draw this in. Right? Starting at our north line, drawing around, put an arrow on the end of it. Okay, labeling it. It is 310 degrees. Okay? And then the length of our vector. Representing our vector, our velocity, this is 230 kilometers per hour. And we are finished. We have this vector.